dismissed every accomplishment I've made. You've talked about my father. Well, you call me an entitled millennial, I call you a carny succubus, because the dirty secret about you, the dirty secret is you need this generation more than it needs you.
What up, y'all? It's KMB, the sexy ninja, in the place to be for a Paper Saber universe, and this is the New World Podcast, brother. We're talking about Raw, NXT, Dynamite, which I just finished this morning. If you are new to the programming, the New World Podcast used to be daily with every single show. Now I moved it to twice a week. But the Thursday show and the Monday show, catching up on all things wrestling, and a little bit more of an intimate, like being with these shows and stuff like that. So I'm KMB, the Sexy Ninja, the host. This is a Paper Saber universe. There's a lot of things going to happen on this channel now that I have restricted the New World Podcast to 2 episodes, and we're going to have a lot of fun. That's what we're gonna do here. We're gonna talk about Monday Night Raw, October 14th, 2024. Joe and Wade on commentary. We're in St. Louis, baby. We started off with a really, really strong intro with Rhea Ripley, and she gets interrupted by Tiffany Stratton. 2 polar opposites. And then here comes Liv, here comes Raquel. Rhea wants to beat these folks down, and it ends up at the end of it, basically, for our main event, Rhea and Tiffy gonna face Liv and Raquel because they attacked Tiffany Stratton too. They attacked her with the Money in the Bank, which I thought was very interesting. And I know Tiffany Stratton's her babyface run is coming. It's just a matter of time. It's a matter of when they're going to pull that trigger, especially when she cashes in, and she has to cash in on Nia because Nia has been so abusive to her and everything like that. So there's a lot of stuff going on there. Then we get a tag team package because we have the women's tag team championships on the line with Jade and Bianca versus Damage Control. We get Adam with Rhea and with Tiffy, and this is what sets up our main event. She's just like, I want to beat down Liv. I want to beat down Raquel. Then he's like, fine. Well, your partner is so-and-so. And then she's like, fine, I don't care. And then Tiffy walks in and Tiffy's like, what's going on? They're like, yeah, that's what's going on. And she was like, what? Oh man. But we have a really great tag team championship match here. Jade Bianca versus Damage Control. I was rooting for Damage Control to get the win. I really want to see Jade Cargill on a solo run. I think it's time to get her in that, not quit tying her to Bianca. Bianca needs some change as well. I think a heel run for Bianca would be very extraordinary and very interesting, especially if Bianca can do it. I've been saying this. I love Bianca Belair, but I just feel like it's time to switch things up in the game. But sadly, I think the first person that would turn would be a Naomi, being sick and tired of everything, So, but Jade and Bianca retained, so I was kind of like, I was rooting for my girls, Damage Control, but Metaphor was out ringside. So we're not done with that story whatsoever, making their names for themselves. And Adam is with Finn and JD. They have some unfinished business, and Finn wants his rematch against Damian, and the rest of the Judgment Day show up. And Liv's like, hey, this is Raquel. And I'm like, hasn't she been with y'all for a couple weeks now? Like you're introducing her? What a jerk. But I love Carlito. He's holding the apple and he drops it. He goes, ay, I thought that was funny. We got a really cool American-made promo package. These guys make me feel American inside, but I think the future's bright for this team. Braun Breaker promo, he did what he did and he ain't sorry for it. And he's looking great. He's got the jacket. He's just looking great. Braun Breaker, he's on his way. Then we get Adam backstage with Bronson. They're sitting down, and he tells him, like, yo, you're causing so much destruction. I know that you want Seth Rollins and everything like that. He goes, I want Seth Rollins, and Seth Rollins wants me. That's what it comes down to, And we go into our number 1 contender tournament tag team for the tag team. Who's going to face the next tag team champions? First round, Alpha Academy versus I said Viking Raiders, but it's the War Raiders. Or is it War Vikings? Viking Wars, something like that. But the War Raiders are back, taking out the Viking. And this is huge because remember when they were the Viking Experience, having such a great run on NXT, and just being this persona of war is coming. But now they're back to it, and Triple H is just like, I am everything Vince thought was stupid and changed that I felt was awesome from the black and gold era. I'm bringing back, damn it. So, but they win. They beat Alpha Academy, and I hope Alpha Academy doesn't get swept to the side. And I hope that the War Raiders, there's much more for them. And this time around, no more of that Viking shenanigans. Let's see some badass tag teams. And with the Motor City Machine Gun, like that tag team there's on their way. And I think they're coming to SmackDown, I believe. But the tag team division is growing, and I'm all here for it. Then Adams with Seth Rollins, and Seth Rollins is like, hey, I just want this match, buddy. Just give me this match and I'll take it. And he's just like, I know. But, we got to do this properly. And Seth Rollins is like, I don't care. Anyway, anyhow, anywhere, I want Bronson Reed. So it's like, ooh, we get a Dragon Lee package. And it was a really nice package. I think Dragon Lee is very talented. I think he can be a great luchador. And I hope that, because luchadors in WWE, despite Rey Mysterio, don't get a great run, and I'm hoping with Dragon Lee, as young as he is, as talented as he is, like, he deserves a really great run in WWE all the way up to the championship, just like how Rey Mysterio did it. But, also be his own. Don't be compared to Rey. Be your own luchador. Then we have Cody Rhodes come out. Then we have Gunther, and they little jabs back and forth because they got this huge match at Crown Jewel November 2nd. So November's looking good because November 2nd is Crown Jewel, and then we got War Games, and then we got Full Gear from AEW, and my birthday's November 24th, so I'm just like, I have a happy birth month. Happy birth month. So Cody Rhodes and Gunther, but Gunther's like jabbing at him, like, and Cody's coming at him too. It was just a really great segment with these two, and I'm very excited about their match at Crown Jewel for that Crown Jewel championship. And they keep harping on the how many carats of gold is in it, diamonds and stuff. So Xavier to Kofi from last week. Then Kofi has a match against Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker for the win. Xavier, of course, helps because Braun attacks Kofi afterwards. And here comes Jay, because Jay and Braun have unfinished business. They're going to go take it back. They're going to run it back for the Intercontinental Championship next week. But, yes, and Xavier, I'm just like, can we finally turn Xavier? We've been teasing it. And then, you had Odyssey Jones here. Then he did some things and then he left. And then it's just like, when are we going to finally turn Xavier Woods? When, Lord, when? Because it's taken forever. And I'm kind of not caring now. Like, if they run this out any further, it's just going to get stale. And then when he finally turns, it's going to be like, Rhea and Damian backstage, the Terror Twins. Damian tells Rhea, handle business, but if you need me, I'll be there. I got your back. And she's like, hey, you just be careful. They're the Judgment Day are gunning for you. He's like, screw those guys, man. Then he gives her a jacket, and it's a little lovely moment. Then we get a Jay and Jimmy tease. Jimmy's there in Jay's locker room, and he it was like, Jay walks in. He's like, oh, come on, man. And he walks off and everything. And I was just like, it's coming down the War Games when they have to call in the OG bloodline. It's just a matter of time. Then we get R-Truth versus The Miz. R-Truth got the win because, Final Testament comes out. And then they attack R-Truth after he gets the win. Miz then attacks R-Truth. And it's just like, I don't know. The Miz deserves better. That's my opinion. The Miz deserves better. So, and this Final Testament thing, it's gotten stale. It's gotten real stale. Then we get another Jimmy and Jay backstage, and Jay's walking out, got his championship on, and Jimmy's like, hey, man, we just need to talk. He's like, no, get out of my face, Oos. They didn't even call him Oos. So he's just like, get out of my face, man. So that's what's going on with Jimmy and Jay. There's still some tension there. And so some good drama, some good meaty drama. Then we got Rhea and Tiff versus Liv and Raquel. And this was a fun main event, a very, very fun main event, man. And it just comes down to like Naya showing up, and Dom, and like it just ended all crazy and stuff. But and then Naya tries to get, because Rhea and Tiff win this match. Naya beats up Liv, squashes her, and she's just like, "Come on, cash in, cash in." And me and my wife are like, yes, yes, cash in, cash in. But we know that's not the where the story is supposed to go. But it was a good tease and a good way to end the show. But Dom saves Liv, pulls her out, and that's the way we end the show. And I'm just like, oh my goodness. So that was Monday Night Raw, October 14th, 2024. Joe and Wade on commentary, and I give it a solid 3 out of 5. My match of the night was I gotta say the main event: Rhea, Tiffy, Liv, and Raquel. Rhea and Tiff being two very different, opposite, personalities, and now we got Crown Jewel. We are building towards that. After that, we are gonna build to War Games. Oh, I'm so excited, man! And then we go right into NXT now. They're back at the Performance Center, October 15th, 2024. Vic and Booker on commentary. Huge 2 weeks for NXT. New logo, new music, new intro, new championships updated. They really have it going for them. Tony D'Angelo beating Oba Femi for that championship, the North American Championship. And that's how we started the show with Tony. And I will say, just because visually, the way they start the show with Tony at the table, he's got a bottle of wine, he's celebrating, he's got the family there, talking about how he overcame Oba and how Oba broke him and stuff like that. The table looked like it was high, like he was sitting on a very big table and stuff. Then when they cut to the lights on with Oba Femi and he stands up, the table is very small. And I was just like, I don't know why I thought it was funny. Because my eyes were like, oh, that's a big table. But no, it really wasn't. Yeah, Oba comes out and he wants his rematch. He's not done. He's not done whatsoever. And what's dope about this is what I love about Oba is he doesn't need to cut promos. He's just like, I want my championship back. I'm going to get it back. Halloween Havoc. And he walks out and he does that terror wheel thing. He spins it, and we're going to get a TL Scares match at Halloween Havoc, which is October 26th and the same day as Bound for Glory. So that's going to be a meaty weekend of professional wrestling, folks. So I was like, ooh. Then we get Byron with Aura Mensa and then Lexus. This sets up a match between these two. They had their match. It's going to be a gentleman's duel match, whatever. They shared the rules, but I really didn't pay attention. Then we got Stephanie versus Ren, and I gotta say this was a great match. Stephanie, of course, looked good, but Ren Sinclair looked better. I'm gonna say that's she has improved her game tenfold. Ren Sinclair is awesome, man. I'm just saying, like my jaw was on the floor. I'm like, she can go. Like, she can go in the no quarter catch group. Of course, Stephanie's going to get her win, her debut, everything. But welcome to NXT, Stephanie. And, of course, Roxanne and Cora were watching, but then they attack Stephanie. Then here comes Julia, and we get a challenge, and it's going to be Stephanie and Julia versus Roxanne and Cora Jade at Halloween Havoc. Huge tag team match, and that better be the main event, man. That's a huge tag team match. Then we get Trick and Jordan backstage. Fatal Influences watching. They're celebrating their championships and they're, being champions. Then we get Carmen, Reese, Ashanti, Sean, Brooks backstage. It sets up a match, a little bit of a filler. Then we get the Gentleman's Duel match, Lexus versus Oro. This was an okay match. Lexus gets the win. Lexus is going for a babyface run now. And I don't know how I feel about that, but also his heel run wasn't that great as well. So hopefully this is something different, something new. We get Cedric Alexander with Javon. Then Fraxium comes in. Then Wes comes in. Wes is just being an ass because they got the big number one contendership match. That's Ethan Page versus Wesley versus Javon Evans. Who's going to face Trick Willie at Halloween Havoc? So we're building to that. And I like Wesley's new attitude. I really do. Lola versus Nikita. I don't see the big deal with Nikita. I really don't. Like, I love Lola Vice more. I think Lola Vice is hell of talented, and she deserves to be a champion one day. And I just don't see it. Nikita was before I really got into NXT. She was during the colorful era of NXT 2.0, whatever. Like I came in at the tail end of that to follow the show religiously. And I popped in here and there, but like I know she was a big deal. Everyone talked about her. She kept on getting injured, kept on getting hurt. But for me, I was just like, I don't understand why everyone's so obsessed. But Jada cost Lola to lose this match. So Lola and Jada Parker's another one. She's very talented, very, very talented as well. Ava was Julia and Stephanie backstage, and then Fatal Influence comes in. Oh, they can get whatever they want. Oh, they can get whatever they want. But so Ava's like, you got to earn opportunities here. But Julia and Stephanie will take on Roxanne and Cora Jade. So that's gonna be awesome. I'm just excited that match is a thing. Ridge and Riley. This feud has been building, and Ridge, of course, gets to win. And he's beat, like, Riley brought the fight to him before the match even started, which was freaking awesome, man. And it's just a back and forth brawl, back and forth. And then we finally got the bell to ring, and then Ridge gets to win. And then he's about to put Riley through the table. Then Mr. Chase is back. I was like, well, baby, Chase, you. Oh my goodness. So Mr. Chase has unfinished business with Mr. Ridge. So then we get Byron with Tatum and Jada backstage. Tatum was having an interview, then Jada kind of took over. So we're going to see those two go at it. Then we get Brooks versus Ashanti. Brooks gets the win. Spears is out there. Carmen comes out because before this, like, what I kind of just skipped over because I thought it was kind of stupid. But Ashanti brought a rose to Reese and Carmen, and then, they took the rose. I don't know. Rose petals, whatever. We get a Delta package. That's something. That is something. Lexus with no quarter cash crew in the family. Alexis being a face. It's still weird to me. Lexus King being a face. Now we go into our main event, which was awesome. Ethan versus West versus Javon. Back and forth. Javon about to cover West, and then Ethan Page gets the win. And yes, I was very excited. This feud is far from over. And then he cuts a promo afterwards. He calls out Trick Willie. They spin the wheel, and it lands on a Devil's Playground match at Halloween Havoc. And I was like, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, this is good. This is good stuff right here. And, of course, Ethan Page, being the bastard he is, he attacks Trick Willie, hits him. And that's the way we end the show. Executive producer credit comes up. I'm just saying, man, I'm excited about that. But I will tell you this, the app, you need to quit cutting the end before the show. I had to go to YouTube to finish the ending of the show. And I've noticed too on YouTube that they're putting the full matches now on their YouTube channel of NXT, because I feel like the app is cutting things away that, and the CW app is very frustrating. It is very, very frustrating. So I just need to find a way to get a new, to watch the show live. But overall, I got to give this a 4 out of 5 for NXT. My match of the night was the main event, Ethan versus West versus Javon Evans, and Halloween Havoc is October 26th. So let's do this. And just to end my week on a very long show, we're going to talk about Dynamite. October 16th, 2024, San Jose, California, Tony, Excalibur, and Nigel. So that made me happy. I'm like, okay, cool. I at least get to hear Nigel on commentary because I do enjoy Nigel on commentary. We get a Jon Moxley movie promo. My God, this man has just sat there and just been watching movies, and he's just like, that's a good idea. And you're working for us now. This is the new era of AEW. Anybody that's going to get in our way is going to get squashed and get stomped and get blah, 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 blah. We got Adam Cole, very happy, calling MJF the worst person he knows and this and that. And of course, he calls out MJF and he's like, let's fight. But Adam Cole made my eyes roll because he goes, this is where the best wrestle, the best. I was like, oh, God. The same promo by everybody. Adam, you're better than that. God, you're better than that. But MJF comes up. And what's funny is before MJF is drinking some wine, he's at some cabin in the woods, I think. But he's like, before it cuts him, a Wrestle Dream graphic cuts before him. And I was like, what? Yeah, so MJF, he's like, hey, you took a part of me that trusted people, but because of what you did, I don't trust nobody now. It's because of you, Adam Cole, you son of a bitch. That's because of you. So really great opening for the show. Then we go to Renee with Jericho. Don't care. Then we go to Renee with Mark, and basically getting our rematch, and it's going to be a Ladder Wars match next week. Probably not going to watch it. But FTR shows up because they have a match next with versus the Learning Tree. Can care less. FTR gets the win. But Roosh and Beast and Dralistico, they're watching. Then out of nowhere, the Outrunners come out. I was like, oh, okay. Are they going to cut a promo or something? No, they just pose and do the handshake and everything like that. But the FT Runners is what they're calling themselves. So, that could lead to them taking on a Roosh and Beast and Dralistico at some point. Then Renee's with the Acclaimed. Getting kind of tired of these guys as well. I want them to do something. But MVP and Shelton, they interrupt. They're like, let's talk business. And they told him, go away. We got badass. We got the badass ass man. So go away. Oh my goodness. Then we get a TBS championship, Mercedes Moné versus Queen. Of course, Camille helps. Mercedes Moné has gotten so stale. And it sucks because I really like Mercedes Moné. And it's like, Then we get Renee with the Young Bucks, and Private Party gets in their face. They want a rematch and everything. Stokely's like, hey, man, I could have been in your corner. I could have helped you guys go the extra mile. And the Bucks just walk away. They're like, we're not messing with this. But Private Party's like, no, we don't need you. We don't need anybody, just ourselves. Then the Elite cut a promo to Kenny Omega. It's his birthday. That's why that's the sound clip of the end of the show, is because I love Okada. I love the whole happy birthday, bitch. And they pour guts on the cake, and then good old Jack Perry's like, get well soon or die. I'm like, Jesus. But the Elite, they take on the conglomeration. This was a fun match for what it was. Of course, you got all your heavy hitters in there. You got your Kyle O'Reilly, got your Orange Cassidy. You know that these guys are going to put on the show. But it ends in a DQ because here comes Yuta, here comes Claudio, here comes Pac, here comes Mox and Marina. And I'm so sorry for this. I know I've said this before, but I always forget Marina's name. I don't know who else is like that out there who watches this show, because I'm like, oh, there's Pac, here's Claudio, there's what's your name? I always forget Marina, so I'm just gonna tell myself, remember. But big fight, Top Flight comes out, Action comes out, Dark Order comes out, and of course Daniel Garcia, Private Party. This is just a slaughter that Yuta, Claudio, Pac, and Mox and Marina are causing all around. And Mox tells us we better get used to this. If you're with AEW, you're against us and everything like that. But the part that really pissed me off was the goddamn commentators. Why is the Elite not helping? Why? Look, they're just watching on. Why is the Elite? Okay, this is my one F-bomb of the show. They're fucking heels. God damn. That was getting so annoying. They're like, why is the Bucks not helping? I'm like, they're heels. They're heels. Oh my gosh, man. That just, yeah. Ugh. Then we get the Elite backstage. You get Daniel Garcia, Private Party. Why didn't you help? I'm like, they don't care. They're heels. There are EVPs. They're evil EVPs. They're watching out for them. We get a swerve package. I'm sorry. It just drove me batshit crazy when they're like, why are they not helping? So then we go into Shelton Benjamin versus Leo Rush. Really great match. Really great showcase for Shelton Benjamin. Shelton Benjamin looking great, beating Leo Rush. MVP cuts a promo afterwards. He throws a card on Leo, and he's just recruiting who he can, the best of the best, for business. That's right, business. And then after that, we got Darby and Tony Hawk. I guess they're doing a charity thing. You get to buy a picture of that's signed by both of them, and that's pretty cool. Don Callis press conference. Could care less. But Kyle Fletcher's looking good. I will say that. Kyle Fletcher looking damn good. I was like, Renee's with Mariah. Then Anna Jay. This is funny. This was so funny because, like, out of nowhere, Anna Jay just gets in Mariah's face because Mariah's like, I haven't got my stuff. I haven't, complaining about everything. And Anna Jay just comes out of nowhere. Then she tries to slap Mariah. Then she accidentally slaps Christopher. Oh, man, that was so funny. That was so funny. And it cuts to Nigel. Nigel just laughing. And I was like, you maniacal bastard. Then we get Top Flight in Action. They're pissed. They're mad. Especially Action. He's just a madman. Then we get Jay White versus Christian. And I will say this was a really good match. I'm pissed that Christian won. But Bullet Club Glow took out Nick. Then Kip Sabian. I don't understand the storyline with Kip. I just don't. I think it's stupid. But here comes Hangman Adam Page, and this is where I was like, ugh, go away. Please. For all things lovely and holy about professional wrestling, please just go away. And he cut to him when he's on the side of the ring. His eyes are. And I'm like, I don't. Like, Jay White deserves better. Jay White should have beat Christian. But I know Hangman helped. Christian got the win. And that's the way we end this show. Honestly, I was like, there's a lot of things in the show that I was just like, okay, come on. Best part about the show was Adam Cole and MJF. And I got to say, match of the night is Jay White versus Christian. And to everybody out there, I know that's complaining. If you want to DVR your show and still catch the end of the show, because I heard everyone's problem is that it's getting cut off if they're watching on YouTube TV. Sling actually records like half of the next movie, which is nice. So it's like the recording's like almost 3 hours for the show. But a lot to unpack. We got Full Gear, November 23rd, day before my birthday, which is on a Sunday. But that's it. That's all. That's Dynamite. October 16th, 2024. Tony, Excalibur, Nigel in San Jose, California. I honestly give this show a 3 out of 5. Match of the night, Jay White and Christian. And moment of the night, Adam Cole and MJF. I am ready for those two to battle. All right, y'all. Tell me and I got to say, what was the show of the week? NXT. NXT was the show of the week for me, so can't wait to talk to you all Monday. I can't wait. And I can't wait to drop some more podcasts along the way. But that's it. That's all. I'm KMB, the Sexy Ninja. Like and subscribe. Share with your grandma, share with the bum down at Walmart. And remember that the New World Podcast is for life, brother.
Happy birthday, bitch.